tell you that. You know, we faced them before, and we knew that we had our work cut out for us. You know, they looked like a team that had a bye week or bye, and they were a lot fresher than we were. They came out sharp. They hit some big plays early. We got down. We turned the ball over. And those are things that you can't do versus a good football team. And this is the number 2 team in the country for a reason. And I'm just proud that they're going to represent the Ohio Valley Conference in the next round of the playoffs. I really think that this team has the juice to take it all the way to the championship game.
Coach, was that kind of a deflating first half, and did that maybe reflect in the second half of this game?
Was that a serious question? It was deflating. I mean, of course the elements, we don't put anything on it. We had heaters on the sideline. They had heaters on the sideline. But just to be able to come out and you get down that early, I mean, that's what they do. You look at them all year. I mean, they jump up on people, and then they just coast in the second half. Not coast, but, they go to their run game. They put it on the ground. They work clock. I mean, they've done an excellent job with this program, man, and I'm proud of Dino and the job that he's done. But we got work to do. We got a lot of guys coming back. We got a big junior class. We have 9 of 11 starters coming back on defense next year, and I think we have 8 of 11 or 7 of 11 coming back on offense. So we feel pretty good about where our program is. But when you get behind to a good football team like that, yeah, it's very deflating.
As you have prepared to play them, and as you've played them now twice, what's the hardest thing about them? I know Jimmy gets a lot of attention, but the ground game is impressive too. What's the biggest concern for teams playing?
Mr. Garoppolo, that's his name, Mr. And I told him, I'm glad he's gone. I asked him after the game, I said, you sure you're a senior, right? But, I mean, they do a great job. And they got a huge offensive line. I mean, we're a pretty big team. But when we face those guys defensively, we look like midgets out there. And I'm like, wow. But, we've played great defense all year. And we had our spots tonight. We had an opportunity to make some plays. Then we turned the ball over. I think we had maybe 4 turnovers on the game tonight. And you're just not going to beat a great football team when you turn the ball over.
Michael, what were some of the difficulties going up against their defense today?
I wouldn't say too much difficulties from their defense. I would say it was more of our lack of execution, lack of knowing our assignments. I mean, we didn't do our part like we were supposed to. That's what we spoke about this whole week, was do your job, 100% of your job, and we didn't do that tonight.
Now, Michael, you came back last week against Butler after being out for more than a month. Was there any rust on you for not playing that much?
I mean, that rust word is overrated. I mean, I've practiced for 3-4 weeks. I suited up the last 2 games of the season. I mean, if I would sit here and say games or my bad plays is because of rust, I would be lying. I mean, rust isn't the issue.
And what happened on those first 2 fumbles in the first half there?
I mean, most likely center quarterback exchange, cold elements, hard ball, hard hands. I mean, things happen. I mean, those are some things that you try to prepare for all week, but you can't assume, or you can't practice on perfectly every time.
How much overall would you say the weather and wind are affected?
It didn't play a tremendous factor. I mean, it played a little bit of a factor. I mean, we knew this. It was more of a mind thing. We knew it was going to be cold. It was supposed to be cold last week. I mean, we had heaters on the sideline, like Coach said. We practiced one day out in the cold last week while we were in Tennessee. So, I mean, we knew it was going to be a factor, but it was, like I said, execution, and we didn't do our job.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.